This video is all about the importance of the Socratic Method when writing a book. The Socratic Method, question, answer, question, answer. The answer is only as good as the question that is asked. To give you a little history lesson, Socrates was just an old man, nobody special back in the day, who would walk around town and ask people questions. He would never give the answers. He would just get people to think. The government came to him one day and said, listen, you're waking a lot of people up. We don't like this. And so we're going to charge you with corrupting of the youth. Of course, all you're doing is getting people to ask questions internally so they can look around for the answers and find out what's really going on. He was an older man. And the government did say, there's actually two accounts of this. The government said, listen, we're going to have your trial and death X amount of days or X amount of weeks or X amount of months out. We don't even want you to show up. We don't want to kill you, but you're kind of driving us to do this. So all the time goes by and he shows up to his trial. And while he's on trial, the people asked him, listen, we gave you enough time to leave. Why didn't you just leave? And this man said to him, well, I asked myself a question. If I run from who I am, then who am I? That's a powerful statement. Maybe it's a powerful question. But it goes to show you that asking yourself questions about who you are, what do you want to be remembered for, means a lot. Q&A. When you ask good questions, you could get good answers. And while he's on trial, he said, listen, I couldn't come up with an answer. And he did say that there was a spirit or some type of force inside of him that just wouldn't allow him to roll over. Just incredible stuff. So they gave him the hemlock, the poison, and they killed him. Technically, he drank the poison himself, but they forced him to do it. Some people don't run from who they are. But the question that you ask yourself means everything. And during our interview process, whenever we write books for individuals, I think the power of a ghostwriter and the power of our process is the Socratic Method. I will ask questions based off of the outline that the author provides. And the answers sometimes are surface level or sometimes very deep, or sometimes answers that they never thought of directly because they never asked themselves that question. When you ask yourself good questions, you get good answers. Or if you hire someone to ask good questions, you get good answers. So if you're struggling to write, start asking yourself questions. If you were an outsider, what would you want to know? If you were a stranger, what would you want to know about your life? If there was a lesson that you learned something so dramatic, how did you learn that lesson? When you ask yourself these important questions as if you were an outsider or as if you really want to know, then the reader, the person who's going to be studying you, will be able to see the full picture because you are going to be asking yourself the question and answering it before the person actually reads the book. When you start to articulate or verbalize or get your thoughts out of your head and put it on a piece of paper, and it's able to answer the questions internally for yourself and for the reader, then you've done your job. A reader is dissecting your life, and they're really finding out stuff that's going to help them with their life, and they're also digging into your life as if you're a good person. They want to find out if you're a person worthy of their trust. Understand the Socratic Method in your writing, and you'll understand that the importance of getting everything out before the reader actually sits down and reads the whole book. Getting everything out that's meaningful. That introspection is going to give you a lot of clarity to your life. It's going to give a lot of clarity to your writing. And that way one chapter connects with the next, goes with the next, goes with the next. So the Socratic Method helps you formalize the book, the chapter, the sentence, the paragraph, and how the book is going to be used once it's done. And if you're able to answer all those questions prior to the writing, it's going to make the entire process, once the book is done, much smoother. I will ask you the question that Socrates asked himself. Who are you if you run from who you are? My name is Mike Fallat, and we help people write books. So that way, the answers flow on the page for their own life and for the reader. If you have any questions, comment down below. If this gave you any value, subscribe, give a like. I really appreciate it. Let me know if I can help. We'll see you in the next one.